What's up? It's your boy, Organic Soul Gumbo. If you don't know, we in the position in the kitchen, you heard? If you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, leave a comment below, and let me know your perspective. We welcome disagreements, that's no problem. We all here to get along and learn a little bit from each other. And today we basically talking about police, the cops, nine, whatever you want to call them. This video, it's not going to be a police bashing video. I'm not here to bash the police. I'm just here to lay out a couple facts. It's not going to be a very long video. A couple facts, a little bit of my opinion incorporated as well. But I'm going to be right down the middle, and I'm just going to lay out what a police officer is, the duties of a police officer, and a couple of my opinions as well. Okay, what is a police officer? A police officer is a warranted law employee of a police force. That's what a police officer is. Now, I didn't do a whole bunch of research on this. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't do a whole lot of research about it. Like I said, it's a lot of opinions in here. But the police, now you have police officers, and then you have the police. The police are a constitutional body of persons empowered by a state with the aim to uphold the law, to ensure the safety, health, and possession of citizens, and to prevent crime and civil disorder. The way I'm looking at that is, police officers can be, anybody can call themselves a police officer, but when you are part of the police, the is I guess referring to a federal state of employment. Now, I'm gonna get back to that because I'm moving on, but I'm gonna double back on a couple of them points I just made because there's a few things that are relevant to what I'm gonna be saying in the future. Now, my next question is, why would someone want to become a police officer? Well, someone might want to become a police officer because of family heritage. A lot of people have fathers and grandfathers and uncles who were police officers, and it's pretty much a family business. So they grow up seeing that, family members, dad coming home in the uniform, and they look up to their fathers and the other men and women in their family. Women also are police officers. So a lot of times it's about heritage. Other cops want to have a sense of belonging. A lot of people grow up and they aren't a part of any group. They're isolated. A lot of people are loners. A lot of people want to change their lives, once they become adults. You get a lot of those type of people becoming police officers as well. Some people do it for the money. Police officers aren't rich people, but they make a decent amount of money. I mean, it's better than having a regular 9-to-5 working at a bank or something like that, unless you're a stockbroker or some kind of big financial person in a bank. If you're just a bank teller or a secretary, being a police officer is a much better option when it comes to your pay, because you make a significantly larger amount of money than a regular 9-to-5 employee does. A lot of people want power. They become police officers to exert their power over other individuals in the community. Let's not throw that out the window. We all know some people, they get on a power trip. They get, the badge, and it's like they think that badge allows them to be above everybody else. So, and they like that feeling. So a lot of people get into the police force for that reason. And then you have your former military. People who used to be in the army, retired guys, they want to work, and get into the regular workforce once they get out of the military. And being in the regular workforce means becoming a police officer for a lot of them, because it's very similar to what they were doing in the military. Who can become a police officer? Well, Basically, anybody can become a police officer as long as you are over 18 with a clean criminal record or a semi-clean criminal record. You can apply to become a police officer and go through the training. Now, there is a 21-week course, police academy, that you have to complete. That's not very long. You can get a woman pregnant, you can finish the police academy and be an experienced police officer by the time you have the baby, in 9 months. Now, police officers shouldn't be regular folks. They should have to go through very, very rigorous mental evaluations for the most part. The physical evaluations, definitely, you have to do that. But the mental part of it is very important. And a lot of the cops that we have now are lacking in that area. And that's because they take anybody off the street, make them into police officers, and put them into delicate situations. Every situation that a police officer encounters is a delicate situation. You have people who are in life or death situations. You have people who are going to prison after they come across your path. You have people who make mistakes. So all these situations call for specialized handling. You can't treat everybody the same. And I just don't think that anybody or everybody has the mental capacity to deal with fragile people. Personally, I'm all for having militias. When the United States was a Confederate, militias were big. Militias were big. You need people to police the police. I think it would be a good idea to have something like say you hire 21 police officers and they pass the police academy, or they're going through the police academy. I feel like you should get 21 citizens of that immediate area, bring them in. Also, put out the word that you're looking for 21 volunteer officers. People would love to do that. 21 volunteer officers to match the 21 officers that you're going to hire the state. Put them through the training. If they don't pass, get somebody else. And what these officers should do, they should be police officers, but not out on a beat or riding around in a car. These people live in the community. They know the people in the community. They are familiar faces, and they hold regular police officers accountable. You do your background check and everything. You make sure that the people that you're bringing in are stand-up people. But you can't just have officers above the law. You need people who have vested interest in the place that they live, also being a part of the security aspect of it. Because what's a good cop? A good cop is a cop that polices the police. And we really don't have a lot of that, as evident to what happened up north with the young man that came across paths with that officer or whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. You have other officers just standing around watching that, and there's just too much of that going on. You also have bad cops, people who profile and harass and frame and kill innocent people, antagonize individuals. You got cops that do that, and those are the bad cops. Unfortunately, there are a lot more bad cops than good cops. Do we need police officers? Absolutely, we need police officers. You have single women, you have older couples, you have children. Anybody in a compromising situation is going to need the police. It could be a grown man. If you're in a compromising situation, we all need the police at some point. Not all of us, but as humans, no matter what race you are or what sex you are, people need the police to mitigate certain situations. 1,028 people have been shot and killed by the police in the past year. 1,028 people have been shot and killed by police in the past year. Half the people shot and killed are white people. But Black Americans account for less than 13% of the U.S. population. But these black people are killed at twice the rate of white Americans. Most of them are unarmed. but they say they're armed with a gun, and then that classifies them as being armed, but these people weren't brandishing a weapon at the police, at the time that they were killed, most of them. But the thing about that is, police are not required to wear body cams when all these things happen. Do you ever notice that? That's the thing about it. Right or wrong, if these people have weapons on them or don't have weapons on them, the police should be wearing body cameras so the public can see what's going on in real time. The body cameras only catch 30 seconds of an encounter with an individual. So as soon as the cops turn on the camera, you got 30 seconds and then it's over. All these things need to be changed. I personally believe we need a little bit of police reform. I believe that things will change in the future. We just got to keep in the direction that we going and hope for the best, but also take action.